Okay, evening all, and welcome to the Scotland post-match press conference. As explained, we'll take questions for Captain Jamie Ritchie first, and when they're finished, he'll depart, and then we'll take some questions for Coach Gregor Townsend. So if you could raise your hand, please, for the first question. Right here in the second row, please, microphone. Thank you.
Jamie, you said before this game that you knew that you would need a huge result, huge performance to get a result. How do you sum up the performance this afternoon?
A little bit mixed, I'd say. I think I'm really proud of how we fronted up physically. But our accuracy at times just wasn't there. Obviously, full credit to South Africa, they put us under a lot of pressure and we didn't execute under that pressure.
A few, I suppose, frustrating as well, a few sort of silly mistakes, especially in that first half. Yeah,
just probably accuracy again. It's all things that we can kind of control in and around the line out. There's a couple of times where we didn't quite get our drill right, one missed call, things like that just off the top of my head. But these are things that are in our control and hopefully easy to fix.
Further questions for Jamie? Yeah, just next to you, if you could pass the microphone along. Just next to him. Thank you.
Hi, Jamie. Scotland has shown they're a very good attacking side. Are the South African at a different level of defence than you usually see?
I wouldn't say a different level. I think it's a different style of defence than we probably face in a lot of the games that we play. They obviously come off the line really hard and try to put you under pressure there and leave a little bit of space out wide. So that was something that we were looking to try and exploit in terms of getting to that width. I just don't think we executed it as much or as well as we could have.
Next question? Yeah, just here in the second row. Thank you. Microphone's coming.
Jamie, Jan de Koning, where does he leave you as a team now? I know it's difficult because, I mean, it's a hell of a group to be in. Where does it leave you as a team?
It's a tough question. I don't really know what you mean. In terms of, as a group, we're still very much feel that we've got a lot to play for in this group. Obviously, 3 massive games to come for us now where we can't afford to slip up. So the pressure's on us to perform. And I think for us, like I said to the guys after, like although we've put a lot of work into this game and it's a bit of a setback in terms of we didn't get the result, I think the work hasn't disappeared. The good stuff that we've done over the last couple of months hasn't gone away. So we get back to our process and yeah, we're looking to hit the ground running in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, actually, in terms of the Ireland game, does it make it more important for you? So in terms of the Ireland game, does it make it so much more critical for you?
Well, it was always going to be a really important game for us. Like we knew we were in a tough group and that we were going to have to play really well against all the teams in this group. But yeah, all the games are must-win now.
Jamie, is the 2-week break now a sort of blessing, give you a chance to kind of regroup and work, or is it a bit of a pain, you just want to get back out there as soon as?
No, it's neither, to be honest. It gives guys a chance to spend some time with their families who've come out and made the journey, a little bit of time to switch off and get away from rugby, so in that way it's probably a little bit of a blessing, but it also means that when we come back together in a couple of days' time, that boys should be a bit better recovered and ready to hit the ground running with our training and our review and preview into our next game.
Jamie, how difficult was it to handle the ball in this heat and humidity?
I'm not sure if that played a part or not, probably a little bit. It is pretty hot, but that's the same for all the teams, and I feel like we prepared well in terms of being able to cope with that, with how we approached our training during the summer. We spent a lot of time out here in France, getting used to that heat, and we played France and Saint Etienne a couple of weeks ago in similar kind of conditions, and felt we showed up really well in terms of our fitness. So it is tough, but like I say, it's the same for all the teams.
Okay, it looks like that's all the questions for Jamie. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, enjoy the family time. Okay, first question for Gregor, please. Just wait for the microphone, just 1 second.
57 seconds, possible red card. Have you seen the Jesse Creel incident that people at half-time were suggesting was definitely a red card?
I saw it about 2 screens away, so yeah, it did look like it was a head-on-head collision, and I was expecting the TMO to come in to make the referee aware of that.
Could have been a game changer.
Who knows? Who knows? If it had been a red card last night, a red card didn't help or didn't change the game much in terms of Argentina's favour. So who knows?
Is that sort of refereeing inconsistency frustrating, though?
Yes. Yeah, and we had a promising attacking position outside the 22, and the TMO came in for which looked like a body check. Finn tried to get the ball, and it wasn't a traditional sort of tackle, but I didn't really know how that ended up being a penalty. So yeah, there's still inconsistencies in seeing these things. Yeah, but sorry, whether TMO did see it, it was on the replay, the incident in the first half. So yeah, just inconsistencies in what means it'd be a yellow card, a red card, or a penalty when there's been a head contact. So yeah, we're obviously frustrated with that, but we're more frustrated with our own performance.
Just on you mentioned the Russells in there. Is he okay? It seemed to get a lot of treatment and looked like he might come off it.
Yeah, it did look like he was coming off. I think initially he had a rib injury, which seemed like it was going to stop him from continuing. But he dug deep and he fought really hard. I thought some of his defensive work in the second half was outstanding, and it just shows how much he cares about his teammates and for playing for Scotland.
Gregor, what are your overall emotions and reflections on the match?
Disappointed, really disappointed. We were slow to get going in the first half. There was a bit of inaccuracy in our play, but then we built into the game. I felt physically we were more than up for the challenge that South Africa bring in the way they play, and we started to win penalties at scrum time, which was a real bonus. There were opportunities, not many in our attacking game, but there was a couple out there in the first half, and we talked about how second half we need to build on what we've done in that second quarter. But we started with a bit of inaccuracy, and then South Africa dominated possession for a period, took their points, and it became difficult in those conditions against that defence to play from deep. And became risky, and we never got really the accuracy to really trouble him on the scoreboard.
Gregor.
First here, second at the back.
Gregor, Darcy's typically an excellent decision maker in that 22. What did you make of that incident about half an hour in when he had Duhan outside and chose not to pass?
Well, he had a great dummy and got through, and he maybe didn't realise someone was coming from the behind, and I think we still obviously we should have done better after that. I think would that end up being the Finn incident with the body check? I think so. So if you don't score straight away in first phase, you've got to be able to be accurate and go through phases and turn that pressure into points in a different way.
Gregor, you actually kicked more than South Africa today. Was that part of the plan, or was that something you were forced into by the pressure of defence? And the other thing I want to ask is the overthrown lineouts, the over 15-metre lineouts. What was the thinking there, and is it just an accuracy issue?
Yeah, well, South Africa kicked a lot in the first half. They put a lot of contestable kicks up, and we ended up in our half a lot. So I imagine that was one reason we were kicking. We didn't get enough attack in the opposition half, but the plan is always to transfer pressure at times through a kicking game, through winning better ball back through your kicking game, but also attacking space through your passing game. But that space wasn't there enough in the second half. Regarding the overthrow lineouts, yeah, there was a couple, and that's, I suppose, Test rugby at the highest level. We're looking to win the ball at the tail of the line out, and matter of millimetres. I think one does hit the hands, another one goes over the top, and it means we don't get a chance to go through attacking phases and put pressure on the defence, and we know we'll have to be better there.
it's not about the match, but what do you think of the anthem and children choir?
I loved.
Think about.
Yeah, I loved today's anthem. Obviously heard them in previous games, but I thought Flower of Scotland was sang very, very well. Both anthems were great.
Here in the front row, please.
Gregor, as a former fly-off, what did you make of Manili Boks' debut World Cup performance today as he was voted man of the match? Very good.
I have to say I wasn't watching it that closely. I was more watching our players' performance, but no loop kicks and a variety to his game, accuracy as well with his kicking game. He's a threat. He's able to run, pass and kick. So yeah, he's a great addition to an already talented South African backline and team, and he is helping them play a more attacking game than maybe the previous World Cup, and that will put a lot of pressure on opposition defences like it did today against ours.
Gregor, what has to improve from today if you are to get out of this pool, especially obviously with the Ireland game in particular in mind?
Accuracy in attack. I'd say our defence, we would be relatively satisfied with the effort that went in, the amount of turnovers we did force in the collisions. I still think that there's more in us in defence. But our attack in general, so that comes from our set piece, winning the possession, and also what we did when we had that possession, that's got to improve. We only scored 3 points, so that's unusual for us. Again, a credit to South Africa's defence, but we'll have to be much better there.
Anything that surprised you about them?
They moved the ball a lot more, and probably in that first half, I think early on they went for a short kicking strategy, and then they moved the ball, and their all-round game has really evolved over the last year, and it's obvious that they're looking to continue that throughout the World Cup.
We have time for one more question. Or it looks like we're all done. Thank you very much, Gregor, for your time today.
Thank you.